What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Aha. We're back with their 1988 album, Stay on These Roads. Already remarkable after two tunes. Yeah, I mean, the title track, just forget about it. Like, what a monumental track. It's the very beginning of our journey through this album, and I'm already sort of shell-shocked once again, which I mentioned, as I listen to a group, and especially a group that I'm really enjoying, at some point I begin to enjoy and appreciate and get excited by, but not get sort of stunned by anymore, because you eventually sort of, okay, this is what they do and this is what they're capable of, but it continues to happen. So I'm intrigued to see as we go forward how many more times I'll just have this, apoplectic look on my face. Nevertheless, we're up to a tune called Touchy with an exclamation point, which I was thinking a song title like Just Touch, which incidentally, it makes me think of the Eurythmics album, but Just Touch, the tone there is hard to read. It could go a lot of different places by using the sort of, slightly juvenile or childish word touch, touch-y, with an exclamation point. It feels more playful. It feels, like it might be a bit silly, but again, already understanding that they have this penchant for making music that is sort of soaring and bright and exuberant about sort of very dark and surprisingly macabre themes. I take no assumptions into this, and even if again it feels like it may be playful in the way that it's rendered as a word, again with a touchy instead of touch and with an exclamation point. And I guess fair to say, touchy also is used to refer to someone who is very sensitive, very quick to take umbrage at someone's insults or perceived slights, whether or not those were actually intended in any way, shape, or form. So touchy with an exclamation point could be sort of like a cheeky chastising of someone else, like, "Ooh, wow, you're touchy, aren't you?" So I suppose, even without any more context, there's a few different ways that you could go. But like I said, I'm sort of on the lookout for, some way that this could be dark and macabre. And I suppose I should just mention, fundamentally, we're dealing with tactile matters, right? Like the sensation of touch, or the physical engagement of one person and another, or, multiple people, or so on. It may be playful, it may be dark, but on some level, I imagine it will relate to tactile matters. So, with all that set up, let's get it. This is Aha, Touchy, with an exclamation point, from their 1988 album, Stay on These Roads. Oh! I may have heard this. It sounds familiar. Guitar kind of hiding underneath the big synth stabs. Little chime rhythm. It feels playful. Sounds like an engagement between two people, but for one of them there's no escape. Not sure. It feels kind of like late 80s, early 90s sort of dance music. It does make me want to groove. The subtle guitar is nice. And I think his voice is just stupidly good. Waiting for this moment to explain itself through. It's about like maybe intimacy, but an uncertainty. Like the moment's here. How does it play out? Like the way he ended that vocal run with a hey. Like breathy support vocals. Again, that riff, that key riff feels very familiar. It's possible I heard this on the radio at some point. Sorry. I apologize for also, what the heck? Like synth rock groove to it. It's a fun tune. I still not entirely confident about exactly the themes that play, but touchy. The best I can do is like, yeah, I don't know. Again, it feels like maybe it is about physical intimacy, but I'm not exactly sure of the sort of, the psychology of either side. So yeah, gotta listen to it some more. Do let me know if there's a couple lines in particular that are helpful, or just, there's a number of you who've really sort of given me some insightful comments, like actually, here's what this song's about, and here's sort of, a way to look at some of the lines. So big shout out to all the AHA fans. Once again, I really appreciate the support that you people have brought to the channel, and a number of you have now showed up in some other places. Jesper was like, commenting on some Sybian reactions I did. Like, Sybian is one of my main musical interests, so shout out to you. But yeah, bottom line, big ups to all the AHA people. You really are positive, informative, and very enthusiastic. It really impresses me. And again, as I've already noticed after 2 and like maybe a third now of the albums, I get it. I really do get why people would be so enthusiastic, because, I was one of those people who were like, okay, I know Take On Me, and yeah, it's this classic 80s song, I love it, but like, maybe that's just kind of what their sound was, and that was the one that stood out more than the others, and, that's pretty much all I knew. And even though I'm still pretty much in the nascent phase of this deep dive, it already feels like I've learned so much in like, 3 weeks or so. So yeah, big ups to all of you. Let me know what you think of this tune. I'll see you next time. Peace.